Grace and peace be with you. Hi, my name is Mark. I'm the pastor at Sycamore Creek in Potter. We'll have a brief thought for you today. It comes to us from James chapter 5, verses 1 through 6. I've been reading through James in my devotions and sharing brief thoughts with them. And in this section of James, we come to something familiar to us because the Bible has lots of warnings about the seductive lure of wealth and the pitfalls of being rich. And here in James, we have another one. And yet, this passage in James is nuanced, so let me explain. It seems likely that this portion of James was written to the ungodly who are rich, not to rich professing Christians. James warns these ungodly rich of the coming wrath of God, and James calls them out. Now, he does this in a letter to a church, which begs the question of why. Why is James writing about ungodly rich people to professing Christians in a church? Well, there are probably lots of reasons, but let me give you at least two. First, I think James is writing this to encourage people to know that God is faithful and that God endures and that God will punish wickedness. People need a reassurance of that when people around them are getting rich by taking advantage of others. But secondly, there's a warning here to warn us not to fall into the trap of thinking that being rich will solve all your problems. Here's the conclusion from James. Wealth can be a dangerous trap, so be careful about how you use it. That sounds very similar to what you might hear elsewhere in the Bible. Do not use wealth in an ungodly manner, but be faithful in all things, says James, including how you treat people and how you accrue your wealth. Wealth is never to be hoarded. It's never to be kept for ourselves. It is always a blessing to be shared with others. So here's a question for you today. What resources has God blessed you with? And how are you using your resources to bless others? May God's grace and peace be with you.